Greetings to you. This is Victor Doctor and this is Good Morning BSS World podcast. This is actually the episode number 9 and the first one recorded in 2020. Today we have Sunday, the 5th of January 2020. And as usual on Sunday morning, I have a new episode of Good Morning BSS World podcast. Probably this is not going to be a surprise that as the first episode in the new year, this is rather going to be some kind of a summary or rather a list of some forecasts what may happen in 2020 in the BSS industry. I do have a short list of some facts, not to forget some stories which I would like to share, but let's start from the very beginning. In Poland, the BSS industry is already a very mature market, so it's growing. It has grew for a long time in the past, like already 25 years history of this industry in Poland, but the next years are also going to look quite bright. It looks like the dynamics is a little bit slower, but the companies are very aware of this, what they can do and how they can develop in various Polish cities. So the maturity of the market is absolutely already in place, and there is a bigger awareness of what can and cannot be done in the world of BPO, in the world of shared services, in the world of global business services. Let's go to the second point. The 2020 year is going to be the first year probably where the implementation of RPA solutions is going to be on much bigger scale than it was so far. This is because of two facts. First of all, the cost of those solutions is going a little bit down. Secondly, the companies are aware of what they can really achieve and what they can really do via the automation of the processes. And the third thing is that there are many more players who are actually actively taking part in the implementation of RPA solutions. Let's go to the third point. As you know, or maybe you don't know, but Pro Progressio, the company which I am managing, is issuing every year the series of focus on reports. Those are the reports which are describing Polish cities from the perspective of BSS investors. So in 2020, there are going to be issued at least 10 new reports from the focus on series. Be patient, take a look on the Pro Progressio web pages, and I'm more than sure you will find every month a new report from the Focus on series. The next thing is the new cycle of the BSS Tour conferences. For the last 3 years, the conferences of BSS Tour have gone through Poland and they covered a lot of interesting stories focused on the soft skills but also on the hard skills. The year 2020 is going to bring us at least 4 new conferences from the BSS Tour cycle. They are going to be held in various Polish cities, and again, their topics are going to be described and prepared because of the needs of the market. So this is not Pro Progressio who is defining what should be the content of the conference, but this is the market who is presenting what they want to listen to, and then such conference is going to be prepared. So they get ready for the new cycle of the conferences from the BSS Tour cycle. Then the big one, the big conference, BSS Forum and Outsourcing Stars Gala. This is something what we start in the next nearly 3 weeks time on the January 23rd in city of Poznań. So if you want to be a part of this event, you still have few more days to register to these events, and I can assure you this is going to be very interesting event this year. Another element, the Outsourcing and More magazine. As you know, this magazine is starting its 9th year of being present on the European and global market of the outsourcing press. So this is going to be the 50th edition in January 2020, and for this year there are going to be issued another 6 issues of Outsourcing and More, with a lot of interviews, a lot of articles, a lot of very interesting stories coming not only from Poland but also from Europe and United States, for example. So if you want to be all the time aware of what is happening in the BSS industry and in the environment which is very close to this industry, then follow the Outsourcing and More pages, and I'm more than sure you will find a lot of interesting articles and publications. Another thing which is going to happen is the change of Pro Progressio. So the company in 2020 is going to have some changes. Some of them will be very visible, and some will introduce completely new activities of what ProProgressio is going to deliver to the market. If you want to be aware of this, what we are doing, then please follow the ProProgressio web pages, and I'm more than sure you will find all the news which will be presented at the time when they are going to happen. Okay, the events, of course, the interesting events, the interesting outsourcing events, the interesting BSS events are not going to take place only in Poland. I am already aware of those which are going to be prepared for Portugal, for Germany, for London, but also for United States and Scandinavia. And there is a set of very interesting business events which is already starting in the very early spring of 2020. So lots of places to go, lots of places to visit, lots of interesting people to be met on those events. Then another point which I have on my list is the growth of awareness of new BSS locations for the BSS centers. So comparing to the previous years, the investors who already were considering to locate the operation centers across Europe are much more aware of the new locations which are available in Europe, not necessarily in Poland. Poland is one of the main countries where actually the BSS operation centers are being created, but not the only one. And the awareness of international investors is absolutely much bigger than it was in the previous years. Something what will also take place are the changes on the CEO and general manager positions. Few people will announce their changes in the first quarter of 2020, and those will be very interesting changes. I know about some of them, but unfortunately I cannot share all those news. But I'm also more than sure that those people who are changing their positions, they will show themselves in their new roles very, very shortly. Okay. If you are looking for the partner who might help you in choosing the BSS location for your operation center, then please remember you can always contact ProProgressio, and we are very happy to share with you all our know-how, our knowledge, and also connect you with proper people, proper advisors, proper cities, where you can get much more information which will help you to make up decision where to set up your operation center. So this is something what we do on a daily basis, and I'm more than sure we will be able to help you with this as well. Okay, going to the end, I'm very happy that we will meet again in the next Sundays, and I'm more than sure the list of very interesting stories concerning the BSS people, companies, interesting books, events, and other initiatives are going to be shared on this podcast in the following weeks. So I hope your 2020 is going to be a very successful year with a lot of interesting challenges. So let's stay in touch. Please do follow my podcast, and let's meet again in the next week. Thank you, take care, and all the best for 2020. My name is Victor Doctor, and this is the Good Morning BSS World podcast. Take care.